Okay guys, we've just done a wrap of day one of the Storm Bass Australian Open. I think it's only fitting that we have a chat to our top four. Matthew Mott, what a great day. You've busted 7 kilos, only angler to do it, and you stayed in one spot all day.
Yeah, mate. Well, I knew the fish were there. There's a reason why they're there, and I'll tell everyone tomorrow. Steve knows. But caught them straight up, as you've seen, and honestly, it's probably one of the best tournaments. I've been tournament fishing for 20 odd years, and that's probably the best session I've ever had. As just the amount of fish, they didn't stop for the whole 8 hours, and I was going to leave, and I thought, well, why? You know, I haven't done a comp for probably 18 months, and I thought, well, just enjoy it. So just stay there and whack the hell out of them.
And you were only sharing the spot with one person, Steve Morgan, but he wasn't there terribly long.
No, I think he got sick of me whacking them all the time, and he just said, nah, bugger this, I'm going, and he ended up whacking a few others. But no, it was good. I appreciate everyone, people seeing us there. You know, I don't think some of my sponsors will be happy. Westlink and stuff with fuel won't be real happy, because I reckon I would have burned about 20 cents today, which will be good.
Now, speaking of burning, there's always a risk if you stay in one spot, you're going to burn all your fish, and you mentioned that on stage. Do you think you've done that?
I've got other spots that nobody's touched yet. I kept an eye on them, so they're not that far away. So as I said, they just kept getting bigger, and they were just constantly the same size, and everyone was running around. I thought, if I leave and someone else comes in, I know what lives there, I know there's big fish there, and all I need is somebody to come in there and whack a couple of big fish, and then, you know, it's just you wish you never left. So I thought, well, while they're biting, I might as well just stay there. And, you know, I seen, you know, Killer and the other guys, they never moved, you know, and they're up here as well. So I thought, well, what's the use?
Well done, mate. All the best for tomorrow.
Go the oldies.
Speaking of oldies, Craig Simmons, you're in that category now, 50 last year, but the age is not showing when it comes to the scales. You're sitting in second place.
Yeah, no, and you just look at the lineup here, that the 4 people that are here, they're all guys that have got a little bit of experience in the bass fishing, and I think that told today. There's a lot of times that, as Motty said, that he was going to pack up and move, but if you just keep catching fish and you know they're rotating and they're moving, because from what I could see, our fish were, and you could tell by the lines when people hooked up, that the fish were actually moving and going around. So I don't think Motty's got a problem tomorrow. I think he's going to catch fish, and I think that we'll do the same thing.
Now, at the start line of the checkout this morning, you were pretty flat. You didn't seem your usual self. I thought, oh, Craig's just going to go through the movements today, but you didn't just go through the movements. You got those big bites. Do you want to tell us how you got them?
Yeah, well, the movements were not just they were everywhere through the body last night. They weren't real good, but but that's why I was feeling a bit down this morning. No, I just rotated with some plastics that we found. Steve helped us out yesterday, and we just changed it up with a couple of other different baits, spoons and some plastics, and you know, a couple of colour changes through the day, and a couple of different techniques that you try, and suddenly it works, and it works for half an hour. So you just switch the retrieve, switch the depth, you know, things like that, and then just kept grinding away and kept moving around, so you just weren't on the one spot and you're looking for those fish moving around.
So I gather from that statement that you haven't caught them all. They're going to replenish tomorrow. Oh,
there's fish there, and you could tell because everybody along the banks were catching fish, and everybody's caught fish. And from what I could see of the Wayne, the people that weren't catching fish weren't in the areas that we're in. So, and people who came late that didn't have fish around our area caught fish when they got there. So I think it's a pretty strong area. I think that's what the fish are doing from what I can gather, especially from where Matthew's fishing and where we're fishing. It seems to be moving in that direction. So I can't see it not continuing.
Well, good luck for day 2, Mr. Basscat. Our birthday boy from yesterday, Steve Kanowski, you're still got the mojo, mate.
Yeah, I have a habit of doing all right on my birthday. I think I won a grand final on my birthday. We won a megabuck session on my birthday last year. So, yeah, birthdays are pretty good to me.
Now, I don't expect you to give too much away because we've got another day to go, but can you give a little bit of insight to me and to the folks how you're catching them?
A lot of the fish that are going through there are suspended. We did catch fish on the bottom. There's a nice little ridge ran along there, and every now and again they would just sort of stack up on that little bit of a ridge. But most of the fish actually come from out deeper, and it was the trick, I guess, was just keeping the lure in its face. So we worked out the cant there, and we needed to do that, and it was successful for us all day long.
Now, last time we were here, you finished second. You don't want second tomorrow, do you?
No. Matthew's going to collapse tomorrow. That'll be all good. Yeah. If he can see all these good spots from where he's sitting, well, they're not going to be too hard to find.
All right, mate, all the best tomorrow. Kevin Short, you have come the furthest of anybody in the field all the way from the US, mates. What a great first day on the Aussie Bass Tour for you.
It was a lot of fun today. I caught a limit pretty quick, and that kind of, the first one and the fifth one are the two fish, that kind of settle you down all day, and that happened pretty quick in the day. So that, that gave me an opportunity to kind of roam around and find a couple other schools of fish. So, tomorrow's, as far as I can tell, wide open.
Now, did your Aussie mates school you up on what Aussie techniques you needed, or did you use some of your largemouth and smallmouth techniques?
A little bit of both. Yeah, we're pretty used to fishing for smallmouth, and our spotted bass are real bad about suspending. So that's that's not something that I'm not familiar with. Did wind up using some baits that I'm a little more familiar with than what you got. The spoons and the blades and stuff like that. We don't fish a lot of those, but like the spy baits and the swim baits and stuff like that for suspended fish. That I'm a lot more comfortable with, and that's what I concentrated on all day.
And that's what you'll be turning to tomorrow.
I'm probably going to have 2 rods on the deck, so try and keep it simple.
And the usual Aussie ritual, and I'm sure you do the same in the States, is you go back, you re-rig and have a few light ales, few Aussie ales.
Oh yeah. That's the re-rigging. I got one more rod to tie, and then probably have some Aussie ales, no doubt.
All right, mate. Well done. All the best. We'll see you bright and early in the morning. Well, that's it, guys. We are done for day 1 of the Storm Bass Australian Open. We predicted big things for the event, and it's certainly produced in Cania. Well, what a great fishery. We can't wait to come back and do it all tomorrow. We'll see you then.